Hey there, welcome to LSAT Demon Daily. I'm Ben Olson, that's Nathan Fox. We're the founders of LSATdemon.com and our weekly podcast, Thinking LSAT. We have an email from Anonymous here, and we have learned that Anonymous has a 3.73 GPA and a 172.
Hey, Ben and Nathan. My UGPA is below most 25th percentiles at T14s, and I'm shooting for a lot of them. My transcript shows an upwards trajectory as I received two 4.0s and a 4.08 in my last 3 semesters of college. I would not say this in an addendum, but I basically wasn't trying hard in the first half of college since I had no intention of going to grad school, and I put in more effort in the second half. Very common story.
Mm-hmm.
Given my LSAT and GPA, do you think writing a very brief addendum that simply highlights my GPA in my last 3 terms without making any excuses for earlier grades would help or hurt my applications? I want to call attention. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, it would help. Yeah, just say what you did in your last 3 semesters and make people anchor on that, not the excuses for why you did poorly early on.
Yeah, it would help very slightly.
Yeah, I get, maybe I got teed up here. Like, will it help or hurt? It will help. That's the correct answer, but you're right. That doesn't necessarily mean a whole lot. It's non-zero.
Infinitesimally. Is that the word?
Yes,
it
I
will
think so.
very slightly help you.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Anyway, Anonymous goes on. I want to call attention to my best performances as a better reflection of my academic potential. However, I'm worried that an addendum for a 3.73 GPA, which isn't bad, might come off as desperate or annoying. The 3.73 is has already been called to their attention. Like, they are the T14. If you're in it, like, you're not just below their medians, you're below their 25th percentile.
Yeah.
Not that that really matters.
But it's bad for them. I mean, I think Anonymous is worried that they're going to come off as desperate or annoying or what, overly concerned about a 3.73. The people who go to those schools are concerned about a 3.73.
Yeah. You have shitty grades for the top 14.
Yeah.
That's a fact. And if you, like, I wouldn't call attention to the 3.73.
No. Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't write about, like, I definitely, you know, that you should not say, I wasn't trying hard in the first half of college. I wouldn't write that at all because that's excuses. I would write an addendum that says the last 3 semesters of college, I got 2 4.0s and a 4.08.
Mm-hmm.
And that might, tip the scale. Like, it might be the straw.
Yeah, they're on the fence about you, and they're like, "Oh yeah, okay. So actually, this is a diamond in the rough, possibly," and that tips them to your favor. But that would depend on a high. Well, you have the 172, so
yeah. I mean, I want to point out that 172 is not actually that good for the top 14.
Yeah, if you can get that higher, that would help.
Based on your numbers, you're a long shot for the top 14. Let's be clear.
Yeah.
And no addendum is going to turn a long shot into a good case. Like, I think a few more LSAT points are going to do a hell of a lot more than whatever addendum you're thinking about writing.
I couldn't agree more. Anonymous, you probably should have written an email asking us,
how do I get to a 176?
Should I retake? The answer is yes, if you can. Should I apply this cycle? No, you should retake. Yeah.
You might have like a shitty law school admission, law school advisor. You might have bad advice. You might have people, oh, you can't retake a 172. If you want to go to the top 14, you absolutely can retake a 172.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Everybody can retake a 172. Law schools are only going to care about your highest score. If you're shooting for really high schools, with mediocre grades, I mean, your 3.73, that's a hell of a lot better than I did in undergrad. But that doesn't make you a good candidate for the top 14.
Yeah.
That you're below the median at every school. You're below the 25th percentile at most schools. You're below the median at every school in the top 14. And 172 is like right around the median of a lot of these schools. The best thing you could do is get a few more LSAT points.
Yeah.
To demonstrate the horsepower that you've got.
To be clear, Anonymous, in a vacuum, 3.73, 172, excellent numbers. You're doing very well, but for your goals, you have to do better.
Based on the goals you've told us. I mean,
Yeah.
you're going to get full rides and stipends at many schools that are just outside the top 14.
Yep.
But the schools inside the top 14, they're there because they have really high admission standards. And like your addendum, yeah, fine. Write 1 or 2 sentences highlighting the 4.0 and the 4.08. But the best thing you could do is get a few more LSAT points so that you then become like, oh, all right, this is someone who's going to raise our LSAT medians. This is somebody
Yeah.
who clearly has the horsepower. Look, they have a better LSAT than most people we admit. That's that's a powerful thing. That would help you more than slightly. That would help you a lot in your applications for these schools.
So really, we're giving Anonymous 2 more pieces of advice that go beyond the addendum. 1, try to get your LSAT score up. But 2, and I know we haven't said this yet, but apply broadly, right? Don't let your goal for
Yeah.
the T14 prevent you from applying to great schools that will pay you to come to them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
Thanks, Anonymous. Email daily@lsatdemon.com if you'd like to ask us a question or share some LSAT or law school admissions news. Thanks for listening.